What's up, everybody? My name is Boss. I'm a gardener and a lover of all things spicy. Today I am sharing a few of the tasks that I take care of in my garden in March because this is the time to set yourself up for a great season. So the first thing I'm doing in March is taking care of my seedlings. I started my seeds in late February for my peppers, tomatoes, and a few other things, and they're all sprouting now. That means I have to keep a really close eye on them, make sure they have good light. That's super important. A lot of people overlook lighting when they're doing their indoor seed starting, and that's a huge mistake. The reason that lighting is so important for your seedlings is simple. The more light they get, the better they grow. If you've got seedlings that are getting really tall and leggy, as we call them, that means they're not getting enough light. If they're out hunting for the light, they'll grow tall. We don't want that. We want our seedlings to stay short, compact, and flourish. That means they're getting intense enough light, they're gonna be nice and green, they're gonna put on good growth for you more easily because photosynthesis is what helps plants grow. Good lighting is key. So I'm not only making sure that my lights are set up well, I'm also making sure that my humidity and temperature are good inside of my tent. This is why I like to use a tent for growing even from seed, because it's super easy to control the environment. I'm getting about 40% humidity in there right now while my house is sitting at about 20. Winters are super dry here in Colorado, so it's really important that my plants get enough moisture, but not too much. Too much humidity is also dangerous for your seedlings. Too wet, too moist, you're gonna face things like damping off. You might have seedlings that just kind of go and they get a little weak, thin stem where they fall over, they're done. That means they were too wet, your growing conditions were too humid, or the soil was too moist. So keep an eye on your seedlings. That's the number one thing to do in March. Make sure they're healthy. You want to baby these things a little bit, but don't overthink it. Don't sit there and touch it every day like, is it dry? Is it dry? Is it dry? Use the clear plastic lining on these seed starting trays and you'll never question the moisture level. Easy. But those seedlings start to grow pretty quick. So you'll want to make sure during March that you are ready to pot up. I use these 3.5-inch nursery pots. They're square. I fit 18 of them to a standard 10-20 tray. That's why I like them. It just makes life so much easier. I know right now I need to order more of these because I started more plants this year than I ever have before. So I've got about 50 more pots that I'm gonna need this year compared to last year, which is crazy to think about. But get your supplies, get ready to pot up, get your potting mix. I like to use whatever's on sale. Don't tell anybody. I'm not a potting mix snob. I've found that most commercially available big brand stuff works pretty well. I don't care if that's the store brand like the Stay Green or whatever at Lowe's, or if it's Miracle-Gro. If you want to do Ocean Forest, Fox Farm stuff, that's fine too. I'm gonna buy what I can get the most of for the least amount of money, typically. I won't go absolute bargain basement. I have never bought soil from the Dollar Tree and I don't plan to start this year. But make sure your supplies are ready to go for potting up. In my case, I still have about 8 weeks before they can go outside, so they're gonna have room to grow roots and get to be, maybe a foot tall in a lot of cases. But there's stuff we need to be doing outside in March as well, and so we'll go there now. Yesterday was 70 degrees, beautiful sunny weather here in Colorado. It then snowed a bit overnight. And now today it's getting back up to 60. I've got the windows open, it's sunny, it's beautiful. Spring weather is weird, right? It tends to have those kind of temperature swings. You'll often see snow, especially here in Colorado at the altitude that I'm at. We'll see most of our snow in March and April. So I can't really go out there and start planting things in my garden, but I can do a few important tasks. One, I can plant actually pretty soon my bare root strawberries. I'll usually do those mid to late March. I know they're probably gonna get hit with 1 or 2 snows. If I can, I'll prevent that and cover them up so that they're not completely frozen. And they usually do great. That gives me a jump start on the season to have fresh strawberries really as soon as June, which is pretty sweet. The other thing I'm gonna do outside this time of year, if it's a nice day, I'm gonna turn my compost. I've been putting stuff in there all winter. It's looking pretty good, but the more I turn it, the more I'm gonna get that activity started soon. As the weather warms up and as the snow melts in to constantly re-wet it, it's prime compost time right now, so take advantage of that. The last thing that I like to do during March when I'm outside is fertilize my garlic. Now, I put this garlic in the ground in late October, early November. I can't remember the exact date right now, but it's been outside all winter, which is crucial, especially for a good hardneck variety. I'm growing mostly Russian red that I got from Masilla at Learn to Grow a couple seasons ago, and I've kept it going because it's fantastic garlic. But everything I'm growing is hardneck either way. So I've got 3 to 4 inches of green growth on that garlic right now because we've had so many nice days, and then that snow melts and it feeds it a little bit, but that soil is getting worn out, right? So I will add a usually a little bit of a general purpose fertilizer. I'm just going to use water-soluble Miracle-Gro for this one. I know, haters, leave your comments below about how Miracle-Gro will poison me, whatever, I don't care. Scott's, hit me up if you want to help me out. Fertilizing your garlic now really helps to ensure that you get good, strong green growth. Again, that photosynthesis helps send that energy back down to the roots, which is really the bulb in this case, right, that you're trying to form. You'll get a bigger head of garlic if you fertilize well early spring. And then regularly, probably I'll do maybe once a month, where I'll go back through and give it a little bit more fertilizer up until that point where I take the scapes off, which is for me, May to June. And then I'll have a couple months of good growth and I'll harvest that garlic late summer. So fertilizing is key. Plants like nutrition. Those are things that I'm doing in my garden in March. I hope this is helpful for you. It is a beautiful March here in Colorado so far. Like I said, we've had 60, 70 degree weather and then some snow. I'm looking forward to a little bit more of that spring snow, but also watching some of that spring blooming starting to happen towards the end of the month. You can also, as a bonus tip right now, if you're trying to sneak in some last minute spring bulbs, get them in the ground. If it's not frozen, get them in the ground. Even if you know it's going to freeze a little bit more, that's usually helpful for those bulbs. I will be back real soon with more stuff. I'm kicking off my themed garden grow this year, which will be announced soon. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Maybe I'll drop it on there first. It's @BossGrows. You can find me there. Thanks for watching. Please hit like if you enjoyed this video. It really helps me out. And remember, plants help us grow.